When you were going through all of this, was there anything that you read in the press that really pissed you off?
How do I say this?
Welcome to the Logo Spill Bar, where the drinks are strong, the tea is hot, and the guests are... I'm your bartender and host, Johnny Sibilly, and today I'm joined by a Teen Wolf star who will make your kitty go... Author of his memoir, Miss Memory Lane, he knows a thing or two about being spicy and sweet. Please welcome Colton Haynes. Oh, wow. This lighting looks wonderful on you. Please sit.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm really good. Thanks for having me.
I'd like to propose a toast. 5 years sobriety to you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And
not anymore. No, I'm kidding.
I want to know how it feels. How does it feel to be 5 years sober?
It's nice to feel again, I think. I spent a good part of my life not feeling anything. And it was fun.
Yeah.
But until I couldn't do it anymore. So
yeah,
it's great. It's just a little, I don't know. It's overwhelming, but and plus I'm a triple cancer. And so it's like,
yes, I've heard this about you.
Yeah. And I also heard that you're a Virgo.
I am.
Wow.
Are we going to fight?
No, we're not going to fight.
Okay.
I mean, one of our houses probably burned down. But
Well, cheers to that.
Cheers.
So let's get into our Teen Wolf questions.
Oh, Lordy.
What is it like to be a part of a fandom like Teen Wolf?
It's wild.
Yeah.
I think I still like Tumblr. Like I was definitely like,
oh my God.
I was definitely like a Tumblr person. And I got a little too involved with, some of the fanfics and stuff. And I always used to respond to people.
As yourself or?
Just like responding to things that they would say.
Oh, okay.
But then they make like wild, pretty incredible drawings of a lot of us shipping us together. Which then I send to the other castmates, not anymore, but when I was a kid.
Do you have like a big group chat?
We do, yeah. And we were all just together in Paris for like this Teen Wolf convention. And people say that stuff all the time. They're like, yeah, I'm close to my cast, but we are incredibly close. We're like a family. So I was like super lucky to have them. But the fans, you don't actually realize it until it's something that continues. Teen Wolf's been around for 13 years or something.
Mm-hmm.
And the fans, they're super loyal. So
ravenous.
It's a little wild.
Okay, so you and the Teen Wolf cast were in college back in those days. Describe to me a night out with the cast.
Ooh, we were pretty wild. God, I talk a little bit about it in my book, but oh God, I can't wait for when I'm a lot older, when I actually can say a lot of shit that went down. But yeah, we would always go to this bar called Jungle. It was like a warehouse, and it was kind of like a rave bar. They had like these neon paint party nights, and which I think that's why I like don't go out now, is because I'm like, that was the most fun. Now going out, it's just like standing in the corner and just being like, cool, when do I get to leave? Especially because sometimes when you're out, people just get more wasted around you, and you're like, I can't listen to you yelling in my ear. Like, I know you mean well, but in the final season of Teen Wolf, your character Jackson was brought back and depicted in a queer relationship. Did you make Jackson gay? This is crazy. So my friends dragged me out. I forgot which bar it was. We were out somewhere in West Hollywood, and I ran into Charlie Carver, and we hadn't seen each other in a while. And he was like, "Hey, I'm going to see you next week." And I was like, "What do you mean?" And he's like, "Oh, you're coming back to Teen Wolf." And I was like, "No, I'm not." Like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "You don't know this?" I was like, "I have not been contacted." He's like, "We're in a relationship." And I was like, "What? Like, what are you talking about?" Yeah. And then looking back at it, it makes sense. Like, why? So you didn't even, like, the agent hadn't called? You didn't know? They don't even know who I am. Yeah. Jackson and Ethan, are they married? Just dating? Are they open? Are they poly? Ooh. Kids want to know. That's a good question. They're probably, I feel like Jackson, my character, is probably a little more of the jealous one, but I think they're definitely open. I think there's a good communication there. Not at the beginning though. I think sure. I think it was a little bit of some jealousy on Jackson's part, but as years went on, I don't think they're married though. I feel like they've just been together for a long time. Yeah, they're like, no heteronormativity. Get out of here. Yeah, they're not for that. I think. Well, what do you think would have happened for Jackson's storyline in season 3 had you not left the show? It would have been great. Maybe, I don't know, to have like lines and put clothes on, that'd be great. Yeah.
Put a shirt on.
Yeah. Probably a lot of, I don't know, shower scenes and stuff.
When Teen Wolf premiered, you were not out publicly.
No.
And you have spoken before about your team advising you to stay in the closet, even when you wanted to come out.
Yeah.
What was that like for you?
Ooh, multiple teams. I think, yeah, it didn't feel anything like out of the normal for me. Cause right when I moved here, literally the week I got here, signed with this, shady manager who said, you'll never make it if you are yourself. Yeah. So then I had to go to like movement for the actor classes. I had to put a post-it note under my tongue to fix my lisp. I had to change every single thing about me to, be in this industry.
Yeah.
And then when I got there, that character was stamped on me. And then it took me 10 years to try to shed that character.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, when you present a certain way to people, sometimes they don't like the real you.
Yeah.
So,
I was going to ask you that because like there are some actors that are queer that they don't have the choice but to be out.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Do you think that was part of the reason, was that they knew that you could pass for straight, so they wanted to keep you in that kind of box as long as they could?
Yeah, I think so. Looking back at it, I think it does suck because what I was looking at was I was presenting to other gay people being like, look, you can also be an actor if you don't be yourself.
Yeah. So you were like, this is what they're telling me, so I'm going to share what I've heard.
Yeah. And, I think that there's a lot of people who are saying it's okay to be out in this industry to some degree, but there's 15 of us, there's, I think there's a long way to go.
Yeah.
I think it is slowly getting better, but at the same time, it's like,
sometimes it feels like, wait, where are we?
Yeah.
You've been out since 2016.
Yeah.
Do you feel like actors have a responsibility to share their personal lives in that way, or like to the audience?
I think that, the actor needs to do what really is best for them. I think because if you're doing something for someone else, I think when it comes to your personal life, that can be pretty detrimental to you. But I do think it's important for when people are, in the queer community, that any representation really honestly matters. But also it would be nice if there were like more characters or more roles that were more than just, hot bartender number one, So,
trust me, I get you.
Yeah.
I feel like it's one thing to be like, I'm coming out, this is who I am. And then people don't understand that there is sometimes that backlash.
It was wild. Yeah. I lost like every deal. I haven't had a brand deal since 2016. And, going to get like 6 auditions a year for Gay Best Friend number one when I was booking, straight roles.
Yeah.
If I'm in a group interview with like a cast or something, they'll go down the line and be like, oh, what's your character like? Blah, blah, blah. They'll get to me. They're like, so what's it like to be gay in Hollywood? F word. And I'm just like, wow.
That's what it feels like. It's like, oh, why don't you ask me what my favorite color is?
Yeah.
Like,
or random picture of me like in a tank top or something. And they're like, shirtless selfie. I'm like, what? Why are you? Get off my Instagram. When
you were going through all of this, was there anything that you read like in the press or anything that people in the industry said that really pissed you off?
I don't know. There's too many things. Yeah. I went to this pretty like high profile interview. I was like, hey, I can't talk about these 2 things for legal reasons. Here's the thing is what they don't tell you is when you have like stories on people who've done bad things to you and they have a lot more money than you, they can silence you. And the amount of times I've been sued or to basically be silent is a little bit much at this point. So, I went to this interview and the first 2 questions he asked, the things he wasn't supposed to ask. And unfortunately, it's a very, big platform. So,
yeah. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So now I don't put myself in those positions.
And
anymore.
You shouldn't. First of all, they shouldn't put you in those positions. You know what I mean? It's just... So what's it like to go on a date with Colton Haynes?
Just take a nap. Like,
wow.
It's more beneficial for your health, I think.
You think you're boring?
I think my interests are not what a lot of other people.
What are your interests?
I have 50,000 hobbies, which on any given day, I can't not pick up couches off the side of the road. Oh. I have a hoarding garage where I redo furniture.
Really?
Yeah. I do pottery. I do I paint.
Okay.
But there's too many.
Would you prefer to date someone that Doesn't know who the hell you are?
Yes.
Yeah.
But I do not want to date though.
You do not want to date right now.
I just
period.
Don't. I really don't. I can't do it. I think.
But what if someone comes around and they're like, hey, and you're like,
I will give every excuse in the book, even if I was into it. I think a lot of people really do want that, to find that person. I feel like if someone's putting all that investment, trying to like dive in, I'm not there. And I think most of my relationships, that's where I've been. Yeah. But I continue anyway. And what ends up happening is, you know, we both get hurt. I think now I just know that, you know, I'm in a great place being alone. But like still, if you want to hook up, like DM me. But
well, hook up. But get out of my house. Switching gears a bit, I want to talk to you about your memoir, Miss Memory Lane. It's a very vulnerable portrait of your story. Mm-hmm. Is there anything that you were nervous for people to read about?
Well, the book was originally supposed to be a lot longer. And I think there was so much cut out of it because it was a bit of an intense book. And I think that to put some of the stuff in the book would have been pretty wild. But no, there's some stuff in there. But I changed some names just so I didn't, you know, get sued.
Of course. Some names and events have been changed. Was writing the book healing for you?
The point for me to do it was I just felt I needed to just put everything in chapters and put it on the shelf so I can kind of start new. Mm-hmm. But writing it was definitely healing. I think when it came to, I wasn't prepared for promoting it, to be completely honest. I think I had this idea that people were going to do a little research, or like people were going to just read a page. And, you know, unfortunately they picked, you know, 2 lines out of the book and that had nothing to do with the book about me leaving a TV show. Yeah. And it's wild. Every single title of every single article came out and that's what it was.
Like, that's what you took from it?
It's like, how long are we going to use this headline? Yeah. Like I put my entire soul into this book. It's the greatest thing I'll likely ever do in my life. I'm that proud of it. I started crying when I saw it in the airport.
Oh my God.
Because when it came out, it, you know, it wasn't out there, but when the paperback came out, it was, and I was like emotional. So
you are Cancer.
Yeah.
So I have to ask, is Miss Memory Lane your drag persona?
Yes, definitely.
Is she a look queen? Is she a comedy queen?
No, she's like a mixture of like Ben de la Creme, but like 90 years old meets with a little bit of like Jinx, but not polished at all. She's a thrifty queen.
As someone who has starred in American Horror Story, Cult from Ryan Murphy, and Lil Nas X's Industry Baby music video, who's the next big queen that you're looking to work with?
Wow.
Because there's a lot of them.
Gosh.
It could be like behind the camera, in front of the camera.
There's this like amazing actor, isn't Johnny Sibilly?
Oh my God.
Yeah, he's have you seen that show Hacks?
I've heard of it. Yeah.
Hacks. Yeah. He had this really great social media persona. I forgot her name. Julissa.
Yeah. What's up, y'all? It's your girl Julissa here, chilling like a villain.
I hear that they might be doing an actual show of that.
Wow.
So, yeah. So that'd be nice, maybe.
This is my Charlie Carver moment where I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah, I'm going to see you on set next week.
I'm like, okay, I'll be there.
How many of these have you had?
I'll never tell. Cheers.
Cheers. Thank you for having me.